It's in the game.
Although I can't see myself, so that's different. Let's have a look. What's going on? Why can I not see myself? Camera video settings. Let's just change it back to how it was. There we go, I can see myself now. Why didn't it do that before? I don't like that. I have to go back to the previous mode. It's a shame. Okay, one last thing and then I'm fully online. Just bear with me a second. Just getting the thumbnail up. I would get a laptop just to do this one bit, but that is just overkill for one small thing a week, or twice a week. Where are you? Looking for the thumbnail button, where are you? Come on. This is taking longer than I'd like. Because I can see the time, it's 5 o'clock, and I am not here yet. There we go. That'll do. Not that one, that one. That one. You happy with that? Yeah, YouTube's happy with that. Okay, back to Event Manager. There we go. Don't know why I've ended up watching it. Just checking that's worked and then I'm going to be back with you. I know I'm a minute behind. Just want to make sure that's worked. I think it has. Okay, I'll have to give it a go for now. Just taking a bit too much time. So, let's get going. Seasons. Well, last time I tried playing as Stoke and that went pretty bad at the end. So I'm going to just try and start off good again. I'll go for a bigger team. I haven't played as Bayern in a while. Give them a go. Ooh, should I try Italy? Stick with Bayern for now. Oh yeah, if you're stopping by, I'll try and do something like that. Change team and kit. So, let's go with Bayern for now. I haven't played as them for so long. I think part of the reason is they always seem to have... well, the Robin and Ribéry always seem to be in the team still. I'd like some young blood if I play as them. Young Gutser. Right, so let's put Neuer back in. I don't want Ulrich in, if I'm saying his name anywhere close to how you say it. Let's have a look. Who else is there? Koeman. Let's have him on the left. We'll have Muller on the right. And we'll have Thiago in the midfield. That's still a strong bench. Yeah, I'm happy at that. Let's swap Rudy out for Sula. Put Neuer back as captain. And I'm happy to leave it at that. Okay. And let's search. It's going to be weird playing as these. Just, they're obviously a very good team. I've just not played as them in FIFA 18. There's a whole bunch of them I haven't, but this is just another one to add to the list. Kimmich should be good. I mean, he's a midfielder, or he's a midfielder turned into a right back. So you look at him and you think he should be good off the ball, you know, well, on the ball. Let's see how we get on though. We're at the Allianz. Matters little here, but I like that. Can I skip the cutscene? Thank you. Let's get out wide. There we go. Oh, I don't like that laggy. Yep, that's not a great start. The lag didn't help, but I wouldn't have really got there anyway. Just looking interesting team. Let's give it a go to respond quickly.
It's Kimmich. Lewandowski.
Oh, that was bad on the ball off by me. Yeah, this guy's got a bit of lag. I'm putting it down to him. I don't think it's me. It doesn't help he's waiting out all the cutscenes.
He saw the look from the other player and saw where the pass was going and read it.
Okay, so that's a nice little break I found. Oh, bad. Should have taken that. At the very least, I should have forced a corner.
Little piece of interplay between the two.
Yeah, so this guy's got some good control. He doesn't rush his build up. He obviously did at the kick-off, but he's able to build a move. So this could be a rough game for me, because I can, like I say, I'm not that good against good players, so let's see how he gets on. Ooh, that should be a foul. Ooh, where are you? Yeah, I'm sprinting a bit here, but I'm not really believing I can do something with it. That was more hope and hit than I actually believed I'd score.
Oh, that's a corner for Bayern. Corner swung in.
Ooh, a little closer than I was expecting.
Very close, actually hit the frame of the goal.
Yeah, built an ooh from the crowd, that one.
Yeah. This guy knows how to play out from the back. Not much point. Well, you've got to press him just so he doesn't faff around, but I can't really expect him to make a mistake.
There's good progress with this attack.
My main hope is that I can fill the gaps he creates.
Douglas Costa. Rodriguez. Robert Lewandowski. Good vision. In with a chance.
Yeah.
A risky tackle sliding in like that with the ball off the ground. That's going to be
He's definitely good at the last ditch tackles. It's a bit of defending I'm not that great at, so I do like seeing it. Ooh, lag again.
Maybe the cross.
It only bothers me because it just feels like you've got to really make your decision right.
Lewandowski. It's Muller. Now the shot.
Oh! Oh,
Well, they might nickname him lucky after this. The frame of the goal came to his rescue, and then in the end, what might have been a chance just
not
petered
good.
out, and he's got the ball, the keeper.
Yeah, he'll argue he had his angles covered with that first one, and the second one, no problem.
Costa's got me there.
Costa's fisted away by the keeper.
Not great.
Strong challenge.
Good job, Martinez. There's a bit of a powerhouse on the ball.
Miralem Pjanic. Thiago.
Come on, Muller.
Always thinking forward.
And
off he goes.
Just needs a bit of strength on the ball then.
Coman. Thiago. Putting the opposition under a bit of pressure here, Bayern, with this attack.
Ooh.
Mehdi Benatia. Lewandowski. Pressed and won the ball well forward. Muller.
Not good.
He's on the move all the time and makes lots of these interceptions.
Just trying to keep the ball in this area, but he's closing me down quite well.
Stopped emphatically and just as well. The approach play looked very encouraging.
Let's get back up that end.
They spread it out wide here. Chance to get some width into this attack. Here's Kingsley Coman. Looking to find Muller in the middle.
Yep. Had a bit of a hope that I could get that over Buffon, but had to try.
Lichtsteiner. Nice interplay between the two of them. Kedira.
I'm sort of begrudging that opening goal because he is good, don't get me wrong, but he definitely caught me cold.
Back with Higuain. No time for an extra touch after the tackle. It's out of harm's way.
Just realised I've got Rodriguez in the team.
Got the tackle in.
Ooh, where are you going?
Lichtsteiner. Played down the wing, keeping the wide attack going. Pjanic. Positive work on the ball from Pjanic.
Okay.
It's Kimmich. That's good movement forward here. On to Muller.
Oh, I should have done way better there. Way better. I think I just saw Kimmich in open space and thought I've got to try it.
The referee has decided to add on 2 minutes.
That's it. Nice one.
Lewandowski!
Well, he came into this game with confidence, Lewandowski. You saw
He's definitely hard break down.
he didn't even stop to
I'm glad I scored that because I thought if I went in at half time 0-0, it'd be a very tricky second half.
Almost inevitable. They're in fine fettle today.
Well, they're creating
Just gotta
chances
hope I don't
for fun,
concede
aren't
before
they?
half time now.
The opposition's really got to tighten up.
There we go. Wonder what he was trying then. Yeah, I'm happy with the stats. Let's carry on.
So here we are at the start of the second half. Bayern Munich kick off.
Ooh, there we go.
Robert
Pass and
Lewandowski
move, pass and move.
on the attack here. David Alaba. Coman.
Ooh,
Challenges for the ball.
yeah, he certainly challenged for it.
James Rodriguez.
Ooh. I was going to say, I didn't think he won that cleanly.
Really threatening position too.
Ooh, nice shot. I wasn't meaning to do it like that, but fair enough.
One of the best saves I've seen.
He's put in the corner.
Ooh, nice one.
Into the lead they go. It's a fine, well-worked goal from a team that's looking well-oiled and looking very well drilled. They've been the better side. They've played with great panache up to this
I certainly
point.
wouldn't say I've been the better side,
Really
but
summed up the way they have been playing.
I'm not
Excellent.
complaining either.
Really
Just
getting
gotta make
the
sure he doesn't
opposition
cut
this
through
far
me,
up the pitch.
cut through me like he did last time on the break.
Dybala. Douglas Costa. Another turnover in play here
Hey.
with that interception. Douglas Costa. Surely the
Yeah,
equaliser.
like that.
And they've scored.
Well, how long did that lead last, Martin? Not long at all, and the manager down there is
I'm beginning to
absolutely
think when, because this is something that happens to me a lot, I'm beginning to think I'm going to have to start
It did actually touch
hacking
him
them
on the way
down,
in.
just to make sure they don't
Just too
catch me
much
like
power
that.
on the ball, on the shot, for him to get a strong enough touch.
Lewandowski. David Alaba. Played back. Bayern playing well now. Thiago. Here's a team that can really hurt you with the number of passes that they play. Robert Lewandowski!
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know where Botenga's going there, but I didn't ask him to go and push on like that.
And getting into attacking positions here, Juventus. Javi Martinez. Rodriguez.
Come on, team, let's push up a bit. Oh, 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 no, 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 no.
Sami Khedira. Dybala.
I don't know who 24 is for Juventus.
Well, this attack
They're null now.
to it. Higuain. Made the
There we go.
challenge well. Well, a corner to come because of that deflection. Driven in by Dybala. Very good distance to the clearance.
Oh, nah, I'm not going to keep that.
Lichtsteiner. Khedira. Douglas Costa. It's Dybala. Moving the opposition around with their play, these two players. Thomas Müller.
I was going to say, this still isn't great, but
Attacking power in this situation.
I'd rather a break than beyond the attack, beyond the defence.
Dybala.
Trouble is, you can get caught out.
Douglas Costa.
I'm actually going ultimate stats, just to see if that'll help me out.
Saw where the pass was going and read it.
Not that it appears to have done.
Really challenging the opposition now, Juventus. It's Kimmich. Javi Martinez. Cut out the pass. Oh, the build-up looked good there until the interception. Thomas Müller.
It's all about trying to find an opening. I'd rather keep the ball if I can't find an opening, but he's quite good at winning it back, so it's not as easy as saying it.
Rodriguez. Putting the opposite. Has a go here.
Oh, nice shot though.
Goal here from a long way out, and he's hit the target.
He did give me space.
To get the power, to get the accuracy from that distance out, it's just absolutely amazing.
You know, nice little bit of simple possession. Managed to take advantage.
That's a great goal from that range. Terrific.
Well, you cannot give that player that much room.
Let's just
that distance
tighten
out.
it up a bit now.
What the fans love to see. A goal hit like that. So Juventus behind in this game. Sami Khedira.
I'm even going to tighten it up a bit further.
Dybala. Good forward play from them. Here's Douglas Costa.
Ooh, 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 ooh.
Higuain. Deep defending here, but he's got the ball.
Talk about playing out of defence.
Tolisso.
Not the way I'd like to see Stoke doing it.
Always thoughtful, Thiago, always positive.
Yeah, such a
Ooh.
clever player with the ball, Martin.
Got it back again from his teammate. Well, they could pose some danger now.
Ooh, unlucky.
Quick-witted and quick in his movement too to intercept there. The shot's on. That's a decent stop.
Nice strike from Alaba.
Perhaps one for the top 10.
No, but he was on his toes, wasn't he? He was ready for it.
Well, this is fascinating, and the crowd are loving the drama that we're watching here. Just a one goal in it in favour of the home team. He's got his shot off now. stopped emphatically and just as well. The approach play looks very encouraging.
I mean, Buffon should be protectable. You know, he's a good goalie. He should save shots from range, so that Tolisso shot I don't think would have concerned his player.
He's blown for the free kick. Here's a chance, maybe.
Tighten up, well, not tighten up, but freshen up.
For the free kick. Well, the manager will be delighted with the way his team have played so far, but he's going to make a substitution here just to hope that he can retain this lead. It's not really away, poor clearance. Robert Lewandowski.
Let's see if we can get this right.
Got numbers in this attack, and it looks dangerous.
Nice one. Hat-trick. Oh, no, no, no. I'm not being funny. I'm going to make you watch the replay if you go and quit. No, I couldn't even do that. What is it with FIFA players? I wouldn't mind, but he's a good player. And that just really lowered me opinion on him. Like I say, he gave me a tough game. It really bothers me. I'm going to cancel him and I won't just sort out the quick subs. That was bugging me that I couldn't pick who I wanted. Because they'd be the two I'd choose. And Tolisso for Rodriguez would be the other. So, yeah. Really annoys me though. I think, come on, there's 5 minutes in game to play. Yeah, you're 2-0 down. Why not just see the game out? Or at least try and get a goal? Maybe I'm just wired differently. I mean, if anyone watches this back, right, I would love to know that. If you're playing FIFA in seasons mode, do you quit if you're losing? Or losing that, like, by 2 goals? I mean, I try and see it through just for the fact that I think, you never know, the player might get complacent and suddenly get a couple of goals back, but the way I see it is, some people don't back themselves. They think, ah, no, I'd rather start another game. See how I get on this time.
In fine form.
Real Madrid. Ronaldo up front.
Really in a terrific light to win. Can they do the same again?
Well, you'd fancy them too. I'm sure the manager wouldn't have had too much to say in between these 2 matches. Full of confidence, this side.
Bayern Munich's lineup. Manuel Neuer starts in goal.
Okay.
With Jerome Boateng in central defence.
Good football there with Cruz.
That well.
Got me thinking anyway.
He's pointed for the corner. Decided to take a short corner this time. Able to cut
okay.
That out with, some sharp
I wouldn't call this a break, but it's an opportunity. At least to clear lines. So, what's your game plan?
Played forward, a bit of menace in this attack.
Oh, okay, I'll take that foul. Even if he's good with free kicks, that's still, yeah, I'll take that. There we go.
Free kick, that's at best a sighter, really, isn't it?
Yeah, I think he shanked it. You know, that was a horrible connection.
Thiago, Javi Martinez. Lewandowski. Thiago. He's cut that out well read.
Yeah, again, I wasn't hoping for much there. Just trying to get the ball at the field.
Isco with good vision here. Ronaldo away and onside. Well, plenty of appeals, but it is a corner via that tackle. Throws through the corner. A decent fist away by the keeper.
Can I get something on it? Yep. Let's just keep the ball. There we go.
Thiago.
Oh, nope, 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 nope.
That is a cheap piece of play to give the ball away like that.
I agree that. Very cheap.
Rafael Varane. Kroos. Into the attacking third. Slipping it through. On the move and able to cut out the pass. It's Rodriguez. Lewandowski. It's Kimmich.
I'm trying to see an opening, but I'm not actually seeing anything.
Thiago. Lewandowski!
Ooh, I'd have been very surprised if that went in.
Corner now. Well,
That was more about trying to force the corner.
Neuer, it defies belief.
Ooh, okay.
That's what the goalkeepers are hoping to get all the game, really. Simple saves like that for Keylor Navas. On to Ronaldo.
Let's get back into position, Yavi.
Real Madrid looking good here.
Ooh,
That's the keeper's ball from the moment the cross left his foot.
No, what are you doing there? I didn't say do that. There we go.
Thiago.
Back under some semblance of control.
Javi Martinez. There's a dangerous feel to this attack. It's looking good from their point of view. Good skill and strength to hold off the challenger. Kroos.
Yeah, that was possession for possession's sake. I'm not happy of how I just did there.
Really up and coming Marco Asensio, and he's up and coming at the
Yep,
opposition.
beat almost badly that,
Into the gloves of the goalkeeper.
but he should have done better.
Something he'll have to do today by any means. Javi Martinez.
Okay, that's different.
It was good play until they got that challenge in.
Okay, so that should be a throw-in.
The ball's gone out for a throw. Joshua Kimmich, and he gives it back to him.
I admit, one of the things I always used to love about the Spain team when they won the Euros and World Cup is they could play out from a throw-in like anybody. It was one of the best
It goes out wide again.
ways of showing a team playing out from the back that you can show anyone growing up.
Makes lots of these interceptions.
They lost the way, in my opinion, but it was a brilliant thing if you're trying to understand how to play from the back. Especially that, like I say, throw-ins.
Looking to play their way through now. To take the lead.
There we go.
Great moment, they've scored here, and they're into the lead.
I'm not going to say I was fortunate there, but I'm glad I'm in the league because I think this guy's got something about him. We'll soon see. He's got a chance, rally now.
What he set out to do there and executed it perfectly.
So it's Bayern Munich in front. Anticipated
Oh,
the direction
okay.
of the pass and was able to intervene.
Ronaldo's had to come deep there.
Carvajal. Well, this attack has got a bit of menace to it.
Not particularly happy how where he was then.
Fisted away by the keeper. Neatly intercepted.
There we are, back into possession.
Thiago. Lewandowski.
Ooh, ooh, ooh. Alice, I've just seen something from you. I'll be reading in a second.
Attacking now. Comes in strongly. It's with Marco Asensio.
Ooh, there we go.
Foul by Jerome Boateng.
Don't worry, I'm here till 7 o'clock my time. I don't know what that is yours.
Rafael Varane. Tony Kroos. The shot's on. That's a good block. Attacking well here. And shoots.
Wee, come on.
For grabs here.
That's it. I said this guy was going rally.
Got 2 added minutes. Thiago.
He's not putting me under immense pressure, but I feel like I'm not able to get forward as well as I'd like.
Joshua Kimmich. Last half time at 1-0.
Half time, I take that. 51% possession as well. Marginally on top.
Bayern Munich were leading at the break. We'll see how they do now in the second half. Could be dangerous. Here's Kingsley Coman.
Ooh, okay, that's interesting.
Skill and will to hold off the opposition.
I didn't really know what I was doing there.
It's Isco. Marco Asensio. On to Ronaldo. Isco. Got real individual.
Okay, I can't afford to make a bad tackle here.
Good cross into the near post.
Oh,
Magnificent.
there we go.
Well, it's all about positioning and spreading his body. Top class keeping.
Got the ball and they're going at the opposition with speed. Looking for Müller.
Let's see how I do here. Oh, come on, I did press shoot then.
Very quick. So lucky
No one would
touch on
believe
the
it.
opposition there. James Rodriguez. Coman.
Oh,
Post.
come on. Hello, R3.
Marcelo.
Nice to see you again.
Marco Asensio.
Do.
Carvajal. Well, they're in a good position here.
We're gonna have to get my voice speaker on so that I can hear read what you're saying.
Saw where the pass was going. Read it.
Ooh, come on.
Coman.
It's a bit awkward in the middle of a game when I'm having to just lift my head down and go, ooh, what's happening?
Thiago, always positive.
Here we go.
Yeah, such a clever player with the ball, Martin.
James Rodriguez.
Oh, come on, there we go.
They lead by 2 now. Took the chance nicely.
I say you're having a good day. And say, just playing FIFA. That's what I do on Wednesdays. Battlefront tomorrow again.
No, I don't think so. That he was there, right place, right time.
Restarting at 2-0.
And this guy hasn't quit, so I'm quite happy at the moment. Last guy I played quit when he was 2 goals down.
It's their throw. David Alaba. James Rodriguez. Lewandowski.
Oh, block.
That looked very good indeed, but the move was broken down. He's cut that out well read. Clever interplay from Bayern Munich. Shots on here.
Yeah, that was hopeful.
Charged down. It's good play until they got that.
Alright, Martinez, let's keep the ball.
That could be an injury. That'd be a worry for them. Has to clear it.
Can I kick it? No, I can't.
Play for a throw.
Yeah, it'd be nice to see you if you can pop along tomorrow. It's about the same time as this one, so I don't know what time zone you're in, but it's 5 o'clock in Britain.
David Alaba. Javi Martinez. James Rodriguez. Thiago. Now
Oh,
that needed
thought I was going to do better than that.
He's gone for power and he's nowhere near.
Well, I don't think he kept his head down, actually. Probably thought he'd scored before he'd even hit it.
Oh, I thought I made me sub there.
Modric.
I was just going to scratch my chin for a minute.
Toni Kroos. Moving forward with some danger to the opposition now they're here.
Come on, block it, block it.
Ronaldo. Very sharp. Reaction save from close in. And that is
So they've made the change for Tolisso. But who do I... Oh. Another one who's quit. I don't know. Sorry if the screen oh, no. Never mind. Oh, you're in the Netherlands? Nice to know that. So, 6:30, that's... You're 1 hour ahead, so that'd be about 6 o'clock your time tomorrow? It'd be about 6 till 8 for you. Sorry about that, that was a bit louder than I meant to be. Hey, come on. Do. Okay, so this is different.
Disastrous for them if they didn't manage to clinch it now with more than one game remaining.
Bayern Munich's lineup. Manuel Neuer starts in goal. Jerome Boateng starts.
Who am I playing? Belgium. Oh, okay.
James Rodriguez plays with Thiago in central midfield. Robert Lewandowski is the main striker today.
Enjoyed playing as them in the World Cup update.
Starts in goal. Jan Vertonghen plays with Toby Alderweireld as the centre backs. Kevin De Bruyne plays with Moussa Dembele in the centre of the pitch. Dries Mertens.
By the way, can you tell I'm not good at typing? Or typing in a hurry, shall I say.
In goes the corner. Well, the player's broken down now. Trying to pick out Lewandowski. Eden Hazard.
Okay.
Mertens. He saw the look from the other player and saw where the pass was going and read it.
I've tried to get it so that the game audio is only on the stream, it's not being shared with the other person. It's only because I don't want to have people thinking I'm trash talking them or anything, you know. Suddenly see a mic on a guy's screen and I'm thinking, not particularly what I want.
Kevin De Bruyne. Torgan Hazard. That is a clever pass. And he might be in here. Rodriguez.
Ooh, I thought that was mine.
Moussa Dembele.
Okay, so this has been an interesting couple of minutes.
Quick-witted and quick in his movement too to intercept there.
The internet quality is currently not sufficient to broadcast gameplay.
Thiago.
Okay. Be nice to know if anyone's there.
Highly ranked in those FIFA standings, Belgium.
Because I can still see my face, and that's the bit I'm not sure about.
Players that they've got at their disposal.
Well, it is incredible, isn't it? I don't think the country would have ever experienced anything like it. You think of Eden Hazard and Lukaku and Kevin De Bruyne. I mean, there's loads of them. And,
actually looked like Lukaku was having a paddy then.
Because of that.
Robert Lewandowski. And he gives it back to it.
Oh, I should have done way better then. And there. That stream notice has distracted me a little bit.
On the move and able to cut out the pass. It's Kimmich.
Dembele is very hard to get off the ball.
That is a cheap piece of play to give the ball away like that. Now Rodriguez. Oh, he's through.
Come on, Coman.
Well, he's had a go.
Not good enough.
Goodbye ticket, as they say, and fair play to him for having a crack.
Thiago. It's Kimmich.
Let's put a pause request in. Just see if I can check the stream, make sure that it is online.
Take the lead. Here's a chance.
Well, it looks like it is. Might have been wasted time on my part there.
When you need a defender to show his class, and he's done just that. Anticipated the direction of the pass and was able to intervene.
I haven't heard that, no. The last thing I've actually heard is that Matt Smith from Doctor Who's going to be in it.
To their potential, they should do. Well, this attack got a bit of menace to it.
I think I heard about someone else the other day as well, but I've forgotten who that was.
On to Thiago. Oman has to get it away.
Can't remember who it was, but I'm sure it was someone who's got a history of playing shady characters because they thought he could be someone like DJ from episode 8.
It's on the move all the time and makes lots of these interceptions. Kevin De Bruyne. It's looking good, this move.
Ooh, foul.
Well, the referee's penalised him, Jan Vertonghen. It's a yellow card and...
There we go. But yeah, that's the last thing I heard. Matt Smith, and like I say, I'm sure there was someone else, but I can't think who it was. I'll unpause, but if you've got... Hang on, here we go. Boba Fett, yeah. I think with what happened with the Sarlacc, everyone wants him to have a moment's shine, but then again, it's like Phasma. She sort of did a Boba, didn't she? Be good to see her have a chance of redemption, but short of coming back as a scarred face, I'm not sure what they're going to do.
He had no choice at all.
neatly intercepted.
If anything, Gwendolyn Christie, she deserved better.
Flag for offside.
She's brilliant in Game of Thrones.
They've got the ball in the middle of the pitch here. Rodriguez. Nice return pass. Trying to switch on the...
Ooh, have I got it? Yeah, I've got it.
Cross for Kingsley Coman.
Okay, that's different. Is this a new book or like one of the old Legends ones?
Dembele. Here's a chance to attack. And the goalkeeper with a textbook save and keeps the ball in his grasp.
Ooh.
Here's Kingsley Coman.
Really gotta find out why my speech thing isn't reading your comments out, because I'm having to look down every time. Just be a second. There we go. A new one. Alright. Have you got the name at hand? Because I wouldn't mind pointing it on me like book list. I'm such a slow reader, otherwise I'd probably get round to reading all the new ones, but yeah, I'm pretty bad for it.
Corner played in. Goalkeeper comes out with a punch. Good strong tackle.
Is that out? Yep. Oh, Joe always find everything, don't they? Although I've got to wonder what they were doing in Sarlacc pit. I saw a picture online of what a Sarlacc looks like underneath the sand. It was quite a funny little thing. You know, you got this idea of a big gaping monster and it just seemed like really shriveled underneath. Oh right, I thought you'd read it, sorry. That was me. I've got a new book on me bedside for Star Wars, Thrawn. I'm just finishing up another one, otherwise I'd be reading it.
Bayern Munich have that lead. Attacking well here. That's great defending there, stopping that attack.
There we go.
So it's 1-0 here as the half...
Nah, leave it. Okay. Back we go.
Referee blows to start the second half with Bayern Munich leading here.
Was it last week or the week before that they did the trailer for Star Wars Resistance? I can't remember.
Some danger.
There's a lot of Star Wars news that keeps dripping through and I'm losing track of which is which.
Have to restart with a throw. Eden Hazard.
the Thrawn book's highly rated. That's part of the reason I got it. But I seem to remember a bit of the Thrawn stories from before the canon was changed, so I am looking forward to getting into it. If anything, the sequel with is it Thrawn Alliances? That seems even more interesting just for the fact that they've got Anakin on the cover. Just makes me wonder what does happen. I think I've seen another one with that's about Padme. That looks like it could be an interesting read. Some of the better episodes on the Clone Wars I felt were about her and Anakin's marriage. You know, it wasn't just awkward lines about sand and chopping apples with the Force or whatever he did in 2. It was actually about a husband getting jealous, who just happens to have superpowers.
You can almost hear his mind, his brain ticking over down there.
Rodriguez. Here's Kingsley Coman.
Ooh.
Now, what is the referee going to do here? That's a poor
Come on.
challenge,
There we go.
And the card's coming out.
Yeah, sometimes you wonder, is it a booking or not? I think they all thought, yes, he's going to get the yellow card, as he does.
Romelu Lukaku. Opening them up with a through pass.
Ooh, doo -doo -doo.
But he's shot off now. That was a good chance to get level here.
Well, it certainly was. Good move too, and give him another chance. I think he might take
Maul and Mandalore. Yeah, I watched them about a month ago now. They're fun to rewatch. I mean, that scene with Maul and Sabine at the end. Well, you should know what I'm talking about there. You know, that was like 4.5 seasons coming to a head. Brilliant from the writers. It felt like it's like in the story, it was like Maul was the good guy, you know, and this was his just revenge. I don't care what people say. Episodes like that weren't for a kids show. There were some, don't get me wrong, but for them, ones like that, I think no. That was for anyone who wants to watch Star Wars.
Well, it was a foul, but the referee waving. Coman, wonderful save. So Bayern Munich have won a corner here. Well, the team that are in front are going to try and keep in front with a chain punched away by the goalkeeper.
Ooh, 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 can I get that? Yeah.
Good cross by David Alaba.
Oh.
They could have increased their advantage then.
Yeah, I think that would have been game over.
Yeah, I like Maul. When I was growing up, he used to be the one that frightened me. You know, you've got Darth Vader and Maul's tattoos freak the hell out of me. But, yeah, since I've got a bit older, he's definitely warmed on me.
Just failed to look across the line.
I think it helped that you got Count Dooku in episode 2 and he was a little less scary, so it sort of felt like they can't get worse. Just thinking back in 1999, I was... How old was I? 7.
When you're carrying a yellow card, carries a bit of risk, too much risk for him here. He's sent off.
Let's just change this again. There we go. Oh. All the Black Sun members. Yeah, I mean, that whole the whole arc was a little bit like that, but I mean, when you think you've got what you've just said, there's Maul chopping, what's his name? It was... I love the voice actor Jon Favreau. I can't think of his name. It was the Death Watch leader. It was. But yeah, he got beheaded with his own weapon, didn't he? I just can't for the life of me remember his name right now. Vizsla, Pre-Vizsla, that's it. Got there in the end. But yeah, I mean, I thought he was a brilliant character, and they got rid of him in a brilliant way.
Now they've got a chance in this
And when you think the story's going to end, because that's what they're going to do with the Clone Wars revival, by the sounds of it, finish the Mandalore arc off. It's where I can't believe they cancelled it, because you've got so many ongoing stories. It's a shame they left them how they did.
Lewandowski on the move and able to cut out the pass.
Oh.
Lukaku. Kevin De Bruyne on the attack here. Clever pass in behind by.
Oh, not good.
Merton. A goal. Just wonder what this will mean in the long-term scheme of things. Of course, they've got the comfort of game.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I mean, there's that Mandalore arc, but there are a few others as well that you get the feeling they could be interesting. I'm sure they said there's one that I'm trying to remember, because after it finished and they did the Lost Missions, there were like some half-finished seasons where they'd done like some basic drawings and they released them. And I'm sure one of them was on Utapau. I'd love to see that one come to the show if they do it. Yeah, I've heard about that one. That'd be a... Well, if anything, I feel like Boba's got to grow up. Last time we saw him, he was just about playing Bounty Hunter. Yeah, he could do with actually becoming one.
But so close to doing it today, and they might still do it today. They've got to score again, though.
Yeah, they just looked a little bit nervous last 5 minutes, and I don't know what it was, whether they thought they'd got themselves home, but now it's going to be, I would have thought, remainder to this game.
Coming on strong, looking to...
Ooh, I think I played into his plan there.
Yannick Carrasco. Just read the intentions of the opposition there to make the interception. Merton.
Ooh, going to concede it. Yeah. Not good.
It's mind over matter, really, and the psychological effects of...
Yeah, I'm going to say, if it gives Boba a chance to actually get close to where he is in the rest of the films, I think it's brilliant. Not to mention I heard Cad Bane's fate from that, so I think that would also be good.
Because it's not been the team that he's seen for most of this season. Play forward, a bit of menace in this attack.
Oh, come on.
Very well here. Good work, really, to read the intention of the pass. Bayern Munich going well with the advantage rule applied. It could have been stopped for a foul. Robert, that's a wonderful tackle. The referee had a good look at that, decided it's just a throw after the tackle.
I'm just trying to think. Echo... Ooh. Didn't Echo die? I'm just... Or was it that he died, but they were planning on bringing him back by some weird way? Because when I was rewatching them the other week, I realised that Gregor was one of the clones who survived, and he was meant to die. So that really confused me. I wouldn't mind that being shown on screen, Gregor coming back. At least then when you see him on the full 1-8 attack, you can know where he came from.
I would say no promotion today. They may make me eat those words, but it's not been the sort of performance that you would want on potentially a historic day.
Yeah, we haven't seen
So,
afternoons like this from this team, because for the most part they've...
For what it's worth, it's just as far as this game's going, as it stands, I'm going to lose this game. And that means I'm still on a run of not playing a full game when I've won it. Really irritating. It'd be nice to win a game in 90 minutes rather than whenever the opposition guy decides to quit. Oh, pardon me. Let's see if we can turn the volume up. Text to speech on. Just try and see if I can get it to speak so that I can actually hear what you're saying. I can respond a little quicker then. If it works is another thing. There we go. Right. I did something about that. I wasn't sure enough, but I thought, yeah, that does seem familiar. It's a bit of a shame, really, they were doing stuff like that when you think, well, I know it's only a cartoon and all that, but it's like the Fives arc in the Lost episodes. That's a shame to watch. It certainly doesn't paint that era as being good when an army has basically got kill switches in them. Well, it feels like that in a way. Do as we say. Don't ask questions. This is a weird team. I'm swapping that out. I don't know if this is even up to date. Go on, I'll stick it like that. And I'll put him in just because I know his name. Okay.
I was sad when Fives died.
Yeah, it felt like the last of the rookies went. I mean, that was probably the episode that won people over with the first season. You know, what Fives, Echo. I'm trying to remember all the names. Heavy, and I can't remember the other one. There was 4 of them, weren't there? Heavy was the one who died in that episode. So you got Fives, Echo. I can't remember the other's name, and that's annoying. No, it's gone. I'm sure there was more than 3. Because they were also in the Clone Cadets episode, weren't they?
For Besiktas, this is their lineup today. Well, looking at this, there's a great impetus on other players rather than the 3 attackers to give width to the play. They'll all want to be in the box.
Yes, they will. I mean, it could be a challenge for the opposition centre halves. So many bodies.
Well, at least I'm not alone there.
It does lack a bit of width.
Now we can check on the Netherlands team sheet. Jasper Cillessen plays in goal. Jorginho Wijnaldum starts with Kevin Strootman in midfield. So a couple of strikers for them at the front end of the team.
I mean, I think everyone's just waiting for Ahsoka to come back right now because they've teased her at the end of Rebels with what will happen. And it's like, well, in the meantime, what actually happened between the Clone Wars and Rebels? I think that's what everyone wants to know, how she ended up helping the Rebels out so much.
That's one for the goalkeeper, I think. Played it back to him.
That's another book I could do with reading in Ahsoka. They've been doing quite a lot of books, and I feel like I'm falling, well, not falling behind because I haven't started.
Really want to see what happens at the end of Rebels.
Here's Depay.
Oh, just 2 seconds, I couldn't hear that one properly.
Some danger now. Has to score.
There we go.
What a good way to score.
Quite happy with that one, actually.
Promotion is concerned, a must-win game. They are now winning.
Well, what a time to score that is. They've been good value.
Oh, haven't you seen the end of Rebels? I thought you'd said you'd seen it, that's why I sort of hinted then. Or do you mean after Rebels? Sorry. Because I can't believe they'll carry her on in Resistance. Or any of their arcs, you know. I think they're all done now and Resistance is a new thing. I'm just basing that on the art style, really.
Now Van Dijk.
I'm not saying maybe not a cameo appearance, but I don't think any of them become like integral like they were in Rebels.
Is a throw. It was a fair tackle. Now Strootman.
I hope it will continue in Resistance.
I think the art style is just too different for it to be an easy carryover. I know some people are questioning the tone, you know, that it could be too kids friendly, but at this point it is a little too early to tell. You know, we've had, what, a 1 minute trailer? Granted it did look that way, but you never know. I mean, in fairness, I think every one of these shows so far has had a kid-friendly start, and then got a bit more mature as it went on. I seem to remember in Rebels the episode when Zeb and Ezra went looking for some fruit. I mean, that was a weird episode. I remember watching that and thinking, is this really Star Wars?
Need to win, of course, to get promoted today. No longer leading, Alan.
No, and I think they've asked for that. They've actually sat back and invited the pressure, and they've been made to pay. They haven't stayed on the front foot.
Well, you can see how close that was to actually hitting the bar. And it's into the roof of the net. Spectacular. Shots on here.
Oh, saved by the goalkeeper at full stretch.
It'll be a corner.
Corner swung in. Defended well.
Just read the intentions of the opposition.
Ooh, that was a weird ball.
That's a fine challenge, and he's got the ball. Well, I don't know who the lad saw there passing the ball. Somebody in the crowd, maybe.
Ooh, where are you going?
Good place to win the ball here.
I hope Bo Captain will appear in the John Favreau Mandalore TV series.
Looked dangerous until he made the interception.
Hang on a sec. Is this Captain Rex you mean? Sorry, I'm going to have to turn the volume down on here a little. There we go. Might be able to hear it better now.
On to Gary Medel. Quaresma. Kevin Strootman. And he gives it back to it. Now Memphis Depay.
And I'm not getting any luck. There we go. There we go, out.
Really strong
Thank you.
tackle, and the ball's gone out for a throw.
Oh, Bo-Katan, there we go. I thought you said captain. Well, I thought that said captain. Yeah, I'd like to see her. I mean, if anything, Katie Sackhoff was the voice, I think. And I did well, I like seeing her in a few things, so... Yeah, anything give her a chance to come back.
It's Daley Blind on the attack here.
Because when you think she could probably play the role,
Well, they look promising there in that wide area.
she'd probably be old enough in real life to actually match the age of Bo-Katan in the series.
Medel.
I think 7 years after the Return of the Jedi.
Moving the opposition around with their play, these two players.
So I'd wager that's only about 10 years after the Rebels appearance she made.
Medel. It's a pass, another pass. At the moment, just giving them possession and not much more than that. Going forward well. And in it goes towards the far post.
It's got to be one of the few times you can actually get a voice actor to play a real character, not the, you know, rather than the voice actor, an actor coming back to voice a character.
Slip through. Wijnaldum. Now Memphis Depay. Blind. David Pröper. Blind. It's with Depay. Keeping the ball is one thing, but they've got to try and open up the opposition. And that's gone out for a corner, clear cut, and an opportunity now maybe.
I mean, I'll be frank, I'd love to see Fred Prinze Jr. come back somehow, but I think his ship has sailed. Doubt they'll ever do a Force Ghost for him.
Gets his foot in there. They've got a corner now.
I mean, to be honest, I'd like all of them to get a chance to come back, but like I say, I think certain roles are capable of it, whereas some of them aren't.
Wijnaldum. Depay. In towards De Jong. Put away, but not out of harm's way. Opportunity now.
He might have became one with the Force.
I suppose then they could always make him up a little bit to look a bit more like Kanan.
Ali Asian. Into the attacking third. Good challenge here.
Certainly be easier if using the Force Ghost effect. Ooh, but it's something I'd like to see. Especially if you're going to do Mandalore. I mean, you'd like to think Sabine would be there. Even if... Well, saying that though, would she? She was on Lothal after Endor, but did she stay there? Maybe she's been set up to return in the live action stuff.
Referee just checking everything is in order.
If that's the case, Ahsoka is as well. Not sure how I feel about someone else playing Ahsoka other than Ashley Eccleston, but still.
Good defending. Battle.
I think Sabine was on Lothal most of the
Good
time.
place to win the ball here.
Yeah, I think that might be what rules it out. It's a shame if it is, but I'm going to say it's where it is hard transitioning from animation to real life, because if anything you couldn't get, well, like I said with Ashley Eccleston, you couldn't get Tia Sakara, I think her name is, to come back and play Sabine. Well, you could, but it'd be like Harry Potter with the play.
It goes out wide again. Gets his cross in. It's rather skewed off his head in the end.
Yeah, he didn't catch it properly.
I mean,
Closed his eyes there.
I go back to it. It's like Harry Potter with the play they've just done. Maybe it could be like that. Oh, I wasn't watching what I was doing then.
Oh, he's cut that out well read. Play on, says the referee. Attacking well here. This turnover could
All I know is if what I've just said about that with that Tia Sakara, if she wanted to play it, it would have to be like the Harry Potter play. But I think even then people would cause a bit of a fuss because they'd be saying, you know, how is it that she can be white in the series and then black in the real life action series? Maybe they could keep her helmet on or something, but it'd be a shame if they had to do something like that just to keep her, well, allow her to appear. We're saying all this, for all we know, they might just stay clear of all them families, just focus on something else. Because Mandalore's got a lot of potential. I mean, I think Bo-Katan is a safe bet to appear at some point, but maybe they want to focus on what happened after the Empire ended, essentially. Because I can't imagine they'd go back to the peaceful ways under Satine.
Beautiful goal. He's put that away very nicely into the top corner. Well,
Yeah, I wouldn't. Saying that, if it's after Return of the Jedi, that would have to be literally we'll throw it in here appearance, which I think might upset a few people. Although it'd certainly be good for drawing an audience.
with this equaliser.
Besides that, the Mandalorians didn't really like Django, did they? They sort of treated him as stealing their armour. So I'm not sure they'd react well if his son appeared.
Yeah, probably passing you wouldn't say is his biggest asset, but he's done it well today.
Gary Medder trying to switch on the attacking power in this situation.
Daniel Logan has the right age to play here.
David Pröper.
Let me just think. He was about...
Kevin Strootman.
If it's set after Return of the Jedi, I'm not sure, because I'm sure he's only about 20 odd, and Boba would be in his 40s by Return of the Jedi.
Onto the attack now.
Could certainly voice him. Or even make him up to look a bit older. I mean, they did it with Palpatine in Return of the Jedi.
Possession and not much more than that. Well, he has got a chance to get the cross in.
Probably be the first time they've had to age someone in a while.
He can put them in front. That's a very good goal. So, scenario changes, Alan, with the team now behind, and it might not be today in those games that they still have to come. We'll be looking at a source of hope rather than just playing out a fixture list.
Yeah, it's not been the best day, has it, out here? They've not reached the levels that they have for the most part in this campaign.
Let's see if we can get this goal back, because this is annoying me a little.
So Besiktas have the lead. Really getting at the opposition this far up the pitch now. It's a good advantage from the referee. It will be a free kick.
Well, if they can't put a little prosthetics on someone, I'd be surprised. He certainly seems eager to keep in the franchise. I follow him on Twitter and he's always seems happy to talk about stuff.
It has 10 episodes.
Ooh. It's going to be on Disney's streaming platform, isn't it? That'll be suitable, I bet, for binge watching.
Here they are on the attack, and he gives it back to it. Supporting player alongside.
There's going to be a point when I've got that many subscriptions to streaming networks, I'm not going to know what to watch. And so I've got Netflix and Amazon at the moment, and if they join the list, it's another one. Oh, alright. Celebrate, go on. Celebrate. That's it. But yeah, I wouldn't... I mean, I'll watch them all, because I'm a Star Wars fan. If it's a subscription I have to pay for, I'll pay it, but... It isn't nice, is it? You'd rather just be able to get it on Netflix or whatever subscription you've already got. It's just Disney trying to keep all the money, isn't it? That is a lot of money. I can't remember the numbers, but I'm sure that they've got one of the highest in television. Yet some episodes you never see it. It's as if they blow out the entire budget on one episode where they have a dragon appear.
Well, here we are. Besiktas in front. Now Strootman. It's looking good, this move. Oh, an important interception that. Well, we've had some chances, Alan, but it's a while since we've had a goal. They've still got the lead.
Ooh, I was robbed a bit there.
Wijnaldum. Blind. Back with Wijnaldum.
Ooh, that was bad.
Interception is a vital one. Attacking well here.
I am likely to concede another here I'm playing. Nope. Alright, come on.
All the fans feeling a sense of anticlimax here, and I think the players as well. They have got other games, and they should be able to tot up the points that they need. Maybe the best they can do, and possibly come up with an equaliser here and get one from this game in which they've been rather overcome by the occasion, I think. He's got his shot off now. One of the reasons they've been on the brink of promotion, this team, is their ability to score plenty of goals. They now need to score plenty of goals in this match to turn it back their way and to get the 3 points that would guarantee.
I am curious what Star Wars fans want with the Mandalore idea, though. I mean, if it is set after Return of the Jedi, it's quite hard to see what they'll do, because you can't have Luke say, because that just creates a whole list of problems. So you won't get Jedi in it. So you've got to assume they'll have their own issues, like maybe the underworld or something like that. Like you've said, Boba Fett would make sense, maybe a bounty hunter appearing. It'd be a bit strange in going to Mandalore, but I could buy it. But yeah, I'm curious where they're going. I think it'd be nice if Favreau's series could actually get a trailer released sometime soon, just to sell it to people. How many games? I've got 3. Right. Let's try and win one. Ooh. Just go and get a drink. I'm only moving around a room. Oh. But I am interested. I mean, there's meant to be the Rian Johnson trilogy as well in a film series, and I'm sorry about that. I've got no idea what that's going to be about because they haven't even given a hint there, have they? I mean, is it before all the series started or after, or, you know, I would like to know. Last rumours I heard, it was there were talks about it being cancelled, which is a shame because, you know, he seems like a director with an idea. Maybe it isn't an idea that sits well with some people, but
Yeah, I mean, it would be disastrous for them if they didn't manage to clinch it now with more than one game remaining.
I'll tell you what, if they made a direct to film, or direct to DVD as it were, or direct to streaming service movie, I don't know how many people will be annoyed about that. I mean, I've got to admit, I pay, say you have to sign up for a $9.99 a month contract, and you have to actually commit to 12 months, I'd probably actually commit to it just for that film.
So the game's underway here with Everton very much in
And that is pretty bad. I shouldn't be willing to commit that much money just for one film, but I'd be tempted. It's like a few years ago when Beyonce released an album and it was only on her own streaming platform, so people started signing up for it. I think I'd be like the Beyonce fans of the world then.
On the move and able to cut out the pass.
Ooh.
I think the referee's showing how he's going to officiate this match. It's going to be a free kick. He's not going to stand any nonsense.
Very lucky there.
Had a crack! Oh, saved by the goalkeeper at full stretch. That would be a corner for Everton. Delivery from Leighton Baines. Good defensive clearance there.
I mean, it's where I love these YouTube channels like Star Wars Explained. They must put so much into it.
There's a couple of players who you might keep a special eye out. A real opening for him. Well, sometimes these opportunities can come too early.
Yeah, I think he'd be better if he had his own script to work with. Whereas I think with The Last Jedi, he got his own ideas, and he had to sort of work with what JJ left him. And I'm sure there's conversations so that they don't terribly overlap, but you can tell where maybe Rian had one idea and JJ had another, and the two just collided a bit badly. But I would like to see what Rian's own idea is. But I would like to know if it's still going ahead. I haven't heard a peep if it's official about that it being cancelled or not. I mean, I follow Rian Johnson on Twitter, and there's certainly been nothing on his feed, so maybe it's all rumours.
Luke de Jong came in with a challenge. Here's Walcott.
Ooh.
Very quick, Theo Walcott trying to use his speed now. He's had a go here. Real miscue here.
I'm going to have a go on Battlefront tonight. Or try anyway. Last couple of times I've had a go on a stream, I've not started well, and I'd like to have a good game tomorrow. I won't get past 80,000 credits. I won't get Bouchelea's skin.
Anticipated the direction of the pass and was able to intervene.
It's top of my list right now.
Here we've got a free kick given by the referee.
And so I've got one of Harm, one of Lando, and I'd like to finish the set if you like and get one of everyone. Ooh.
Fine stop at full stretch from the keeper to turn that aside. It's offside.
I can focus on the... Well, I've said to myself, if I can afford it, I'll try and buy the Clone Commandos. But
He's closed down well and stopped the cross coming in.
if I can't afford to buy them, I'll work for them.
Wijnaldum.
It all depends what the value for money is.
On to the attack now. Well, the sprint could be on here for Wijnaldum. Here's Walcott.
Ooh, come on, keep the ball, that's it.
Now Memphis Depay.
Nah, that was bad.
From the other player and saw where the pass was going and read it.
The funny thing is, I couldn't actually tell you another film on Rian Johnson's list, like any other film he's done. He's not like a big name director to me. I'm sure if I heard one, I'd be like, oh yeah, I've heard of that, but it's just like, yeah, I've not really seen his name a lot. The only reason I sort of knew Colin Trevorrow before he got the axe was I'd heard of I'd seen his name with Jurassic World, I think it was. Oh yeah, Looper, was that the one with Aiden Christensen? Or am I getting my films mixed up? Was that Jumper?
Right on the spot to score. That's not the hardest goal he's ever scored, but he was in the right place.
I've heard of Looper, I just can't remember the plot or if that is that, because I'm doubting it's that one with Aiden Christensen. I think that was something called Jumper or something. Plus it was years ago, I can't imagine someone would get a job like that well off that film.
Good work between these two.
The one with Hayden was Jumper.
Yeah. I remember watching it because I saw his name in the cast and I thought, oh go on, I'll see what he's like when he's not playing Anakin. I didn't think he put in a bad role. I just think the film was a bit below par. I haven't got an ultimate team, otherwise I'd be up for that. If you're on PlayStation, Philo, I can give you a friendly request. Well, or vice versa. Oh.
He's kept the ball after a good first touch. Blind. It's looking good, this move. Now the shot.
Ooh, that was bad.
But not very true. Baines.
And yeah, I'd like to see Anakin in episode 9 R3. Go and say, if anything, just be nice. I don't know how you describe it. I feel like Aiden got a lot of hate for the prequels. I'd love just to see him get a scene to sort of say, yeah, sorry about that. How this has been going, I wouldn't be surprised if one more goal doesn't finish this game. Either that or I've got what's the phrase, a sporting player on my hands, which I would appreciate.
Really getting at the opposition this far up the pitch now. It's Daily Blind.
Ooh,
In quickly, quick-witted and quick in his movement too to intercept there. Good defensive clearance there.
I just got a message that there's a
They can be quick on the break now.
Oh, okay.
Still progressing on the break.
Could be the last one.
Here's the chance. Magnificent from the goalkeeper.
Well, it's all about positioning and spreading his body. Top class keeping.
Well, it's worth it. It was nice seeing you, Philo. Sorry that I haven't got Ultimate Team. It's just something I don't play.
Stopped by Jasper Cillessen.
I think Resistance needs a new trailer. Just to win over some... I mean, I worry if they do a new trailer, it's going to be really dark and it's going to try and make the darkest scenes of the series seem more darker than they need to be, but I don't know, we'll see how it goes. I think it'd be good if they could have another episode like in Rebels when in the first season when Kanan and the group went and found Luminara Unduli's tomb. You know, that was a really a really dark episode after, if I'm right, it was after that fruit episode when they were all chasing the fruit package from the stormtroopers. So it'd be good to just show a sign that there are episodes like that, even if they don't want to sell them all straight away. Just give us a hint that there is going to be darker moments in the series, or more serious.
They could pose some danger now. That's a wonderful tackle.
Leighton Baines. Well, now they've won the ball back in the middle of the park by intercepting that pass.
Ooh. Right.
Got his shot off now. Well, he's tried for his second goal of the game. Keeper's got the better of him this time.
Well, you thought there was only one winner there, but in the end it was the...
Oh yeah, I remember that. It was. I think episodes like that really hit the Star Wars lore right. You know, it's not getting too deep into like what Force walls are or whatever that was at the end of season 4, but just the idea of how cultures sort of react around each other. Simple, but I like it.
Laid in the clear. Well, the goalkeeper's out, and he's got to the ball at the feet of the forward.
Yeah, a lot to do with his good advanced starting position there. He was in a position to close down.
I mean, I just remember it wasn't Sabine, was it? It was Sabine's mum, if I remember right. Didn't she have a moment like "not my daughter" or something? She finally stood up for her. Or was that another Saxon? You know, I haven't watched Harry Potter in years yet. I still seem to draw comparisons all the time to it. It's just like, then I was thinking of Molly Weasley.
The pie. Proper tackle that.
I mean, in fairness, I forgot. It was one of those moments where, if I'm right, she did have the Darksaber over him and she sort of allowed him to live and he didn't take the chance. What? I don't remember that bit, I'll admit. When I say it's a good series and then I say I can't remember, it feels bad, but when you've got like a year between watching it, it's like, yeah, no wonder I had forgotten. I really do feel for that guy who does Star Wars Explained. He must get messages all the time and have to try and remember things.
He's got to play it back to the goalkeeper. It's with De Jong.
And if you're a Star Wars fan, it's brilliant. You know, you've always got a reason to be looking stuff up, but you forget something for a minute and it's probably bad, isn't it?
Now stroke that. Wijnaldum. The pie.
Maybe at the end of the last.
Here's a chance. He's put it over.
Yeah, nothing wrong with the contact and power, but accuracy just off.
Idrissa Gana Gay. Gylfi Sigurdsson.
That's an interesting idea. I think it would require a little bit of
It's just a throw after the tackle.
explanation on screen. Just for the fact that everything we saw sort of seemed more like he was becoming one with the Force. But I do like the idea of that. Even if it wasn't necessarily that it didn't happen, but that maybe the likes of Rey tried to prevent it from happening. It'd be certainly a way of using the current canon to their advantage. Just might stick the middle finger up to, say, people who don't watch the TV shows.
Here's a chance to attack.
Going forward well. And shoots! Well, they're not out of reach yet, are they? If he'd taken this chance, they would have been right back in the game.
Yeah, it wasn't a glaring miss, was it?
I get the feeling Harrison Ford's got a contract saying you are not allowed to revive Han Solo. If you do, you have to pay me like £1 bazillion, dollars, whatever. I think even Disney would sort of say, right, we're going to let that sleeping dog lie. They've got Aldrin right now, haven't they? Or whatever his name is. Gotta admit, just the idea of Harrison Ford coming back to the series, I just would love to see his face when it's announced. I can't imagine anything other than pure disbelief that he's there. I thought I was done with this. Now you're telling me I can't die? Yeah, that's my very poor American accent. I understand why people are annoyed at that. I think the key for me was that when Luke did ask about On, and you could tell he was genuinely upset, even though he's a Jedi, he's not supposed to feel anything. Well, yeah, you could arguably say he wasn't a Jedi at that point, but yeah, you could tell he was upset, and that I think that was something different for the series, and that you actually saw a character grieving. And I know what you mean, it's like, you don't want these characters to not have a goodbye, but on the other hand, I think it does give, say, Mark Hamill in that instance something to really do. You know, it's not like a, I don't know, spouting dialogue about what Jedi have done decades ago. It's more about how he feels towards a friend.
Got some strength, hasn't he, to shield the ball like that.
It's a little bit of a shame, really, that he didn't get more interaction with Chewbacca. You know, Chewie just spent half the Last Jedi sitting by the Falcon. It would have been nice if they'd had a little bit more interaction. Hey, I've just had my first win in 90 minutes. Hey! First one in 2 streams who hasn't quit on me when he was losing. So, I don't know who you were, hang on, you're still there on the list. As a A31, thank you very much. That was very sporting. Go and say, I very rarely give opposition players a round of applause, but just for sticking it out at 2-0, he deserved it.
And R2-D2 was in something like 1C.
Yeah, I can't remember much about R2 in the film. I'm just trying to remember. He was with the others on, ooh, what was the planet called? Hey, what film? What planet was it?
There's no doubt we're looking at the team of this particular.
I've forgotten what planet it was where Luke and all the others were.
One more win, and they've got plenty of games to do it in. They will win.
But yeah, like I say, Act 2, that was it. Thank you very much. But yeah, I think they were underutilised, but this is what I was saying earlier about Rian Johnson. I don't think he wanted certain characters in certain positions. I think if he'd had his way, R2 would have been with the rest of the group on the... well, I don't even know what the ship was called for the Resistance, but you know, he'd have been involved in that story. And maybe even Chewbacca. But for whatever reason it didn't drop like that, so instead he had to just find something for them to do, which is probably why the Porgs came into it.
Chance to go at the opposition with pace.
I mean, in fairness, I did like the idea of Chewbacca eating the Porgs and them sort of going, oh. But bar a bit of comedy, they didn't do much else, did they?
Right from the kickoff, it looked like scoring they have now. Sharp from the off. And what
You aren't quitting after 1 goal, are you? No, at least I don't think he is. I only get bothered by people quitting the game because I think to myself, what's the point in playing it if after a couple of, well, in this instance it would have been a couple of minutes, but you know, 1-0, you got a chance to fight. It has happened in the past, not necessarily on the stream, but when I've been playing, and it's like, but why?
Now Memphis Depay. Wijnaldum. Excellent work with the tackle. Making sure there's no turnover.
Lacazette. Aubameyang.
I think you said it last week on the Battlefront stream, but one thing that would be good is if there was a returning planet. I mean, you said Kashyyyk, but I wouldn't care if it was Coruscant or if it was Tatooine, although I think Tatooine's overdue a return, to be fair. You know, just... That'd be full circle, wouldn't it? You know, I'm not sure what Kylo's got at the end of his story, and I think that's why I like him. The obvious thing would be that Rey takes him down, but you never know. There might be something a little bit more complicated in the ending. You know, it could be that he somehow redeems himself, or he isn't actually killed by someone obvious. I'm just very curious where to go with it. He's not like, say, Darth Vader, where it was pretty obvious where he'd go. Yeah, I mean, by all accounts, based on what happened in The Last Jedi, the First Order are on top now. So you'd like to think that if Coruscant is still a planet of power in this New Republic, then they'd have taken over Coruscant. So it would be pretty cool just to see the Resistance actually trying to attack the capital, as it were. You never know, they might have learnt from the droids' failure in Episode 3. Saying that, did they fail? Because they actually got what they wanted, sort of. They did capture the Chancellor. I've just asked myself a question I can't really answer there. I mean, the droids did their job, it's just that Grievous and Count Dooku didn't do theirs.
Right to the side of the goal and nicking off the inside of the post on its way in.
On another day, that might have rebounded back into play, but not this time.
So to confirm, Arsenal are ahead. Kevin Strootman, Depay.
I remember when Episode 3 came out, it was like the idea of all-out war. And I think that's sort of where Episode 9's got to start. You know, I don't really want that again where the first line of the crawl is war. You know, even back then I thought that was a little bit on the nose. But I like the idea of you getting straight into a battle and it feels like, yeah, a lot's happened since The Last Jedi. I think that might have been one of the biggest failings the film had, that it did jump straight back into the story. Could have done with a little bit of a time gap like all the other films. I think that would have actually benefited Rian Johnson, because he could have then put characters where he wanted them. Whereas I think having to start it so soon after the last film, it meant that a lot of the characters were in positions he wasn't happy with. Like, I think he'd have preferred Finn to be somewhere else, so they didn't have to do the Canto Blight story.
This manager's not too keen on this kind of play. He'd rather the ball was in the other half.
I mean, they've shown the first shot of filming and it looks like Finn's back on the Falcon. So I imagine JJ wants him more involved centrally to the story this time.
That's very good defending. They had to get it right, and that defender did it superbly. Good forward play from them. Lacazette. Aubameyang.
Oh.
Well, what a shame for this team that have carried it all before them this season. Until today, a bad day at the office, it seems, where the scoreline now suggesting that they're not going to clinch the title today.
No, and they'll hope it's just a blip on the way to becoming champions. I think it probably will be, but it's been a far from ideal performance out here.
Just a reminder, 3-1 it is now, the scoreline.
Oh, what are you doing all the way out here?
He hit that exactly as he would have wanted, but he doesn't care.
I think Kylo's the big villain, just because he's conflicted still in certain areas. I think especially at the beginning, I think he'll start out really menacing.
Well, the goalkeeper was absolutely stranded and left the goal.
Yeah, I'd argue he's probably stronger than Vader was. Because when you think Vader, despite maybe his power with the Force, or his finesse with the lightsaber, I'd argue he was actually more bulky and slow, and, you know, I think that's half the reason, at least in the Legends material, Palpatine was always looking to replace him. Well, you can argue he was with Luke as well in Episode 6. Whereas I think if Palpatine had the option of taking on Ben, he would have taken him and not replaced him.
There's good progress with this attack. Guiding the pass through.
I mean, I just look at the opening scene of Episode 7 and I think well, the question is, isn't he already? I mean, in all of the expanding material all the material we've seen, I've never known Vader to freeze someone in mid-air like he did with Poe Dameron. I don't think I've ever seen anyone do a mind trick on a strong-willed person like he did with Rey and Poe. So there's enough there to suggest he is very strong in the Force. I think the only thing he hasn't actually done is some of the classic stuff like lightning.
Comes out off the goalkeeper. 3 minutes to be added on. Wijnaldum. Prepper. That's a fine challenge, and he's got the ball.
I mean, the Knights of Ren, to be honest, they could perform the role of not a bad guy, but an opponent. You know, assuming Kylo was the big baddie, they could be the... Like, if you've seen Avengers Infinity War, they could be like the minions Thanos sent in that film.
Good position. They've worked this attack very well. To quite a dangerous position now.
Ooh, now I think that's really underselling Kylo. I mean, I've got to say as well, he hasn't had a good duel to show off his talent, but I'm just going by his Force powers on what he's shown, and I mean, the way I look at it is in 7 with what happened when he was fighting both Finn and Rey, he'd already been wounded by Chewbacca. And I know people say that Rey's a Mary Sue, that she somehow learned how to fight without actually training. I have got my own theory on how that works, but it's the idea that what would have happened if Luke Skywalker had never been found by Obi-Wan, or not found, but say Obi-Wan had died before Luke's time had come to be with the Rebellion. I think he could have still ended up being a part of the Rebel Alliance, but it's more a case of he'd have got there more a bit late and a bit more naturally, if that makes any sense. I think the point I'm making is you don't necessarily need to have training and be taught how to use a sword, or laser sword, or a lightsaber. It's more about the Force is like a natural learner. I mean, that's how I've got to look at the Knights of Ren, that they are just going to be cannon fodder, essentially. Sorry, I was happy with that. But yeah, I can't see them having any other purpose unless they become the bigger bad ahead of Kylo, but I'm thinking that would really require a big change in Kylo's attitudes. Not to mention he's got to finish the trilogy off, so I just can't see any other answer.
I wonder where we go from here now that we're level again in the game. Anything could happen.
I keep saying to myself I'll try and make a non-video game video regarding Star Wars, but I just don't know enough about YouTube copyrights to actually make a visual video. I could just do it talking to camera, but I just wouldn't like to do that. So if I actually realise how to do it, I will try and work on it, because stuff like this I wouldn't mind talking about, but
Here's Depay.
well, you know, like what I've just said about my idea about Ray, but it's a bit hard to do it just out with what I've got at hand, you know. If anything, I could do with a decent camcorder.
He saw the look from the other player and saw where the pass was going and read it.
Ooh, come on, win. Nope. This isn't actually a bad game. 3-3. I've played I've played bad. I know where you're coming from. I had a little fan fiction story in my head about how they could return. But on the other hand, I am content with how it is right now, in the sense that I think if the Sith were to return, it should be after this current story's done with Kylo and all that lot. But I think, say if you jump 20 years down the timeline, it would be interesting, just to see where a new batch of characters could interact with them. I think it would actually be good if there was an actual clarification about what the Knights of Ren are as far as all that go.
The break is definitely on. Now the shot. Splendid goal here. Great moment for the football club because they are closing in on the title that they look like securing really.
Yeah, I wouldn't like that in 9, I'm not going to lie. I think at that point it would just be people go, wait, what, we've got this guy now and he's after that guy, you know. For something that's meant to be finishing the arc off, I think it's got to be what is the current resistance against the current First Order.
It's a special day.
Certainly is. For a special player too. A player that
I don't know how much I'm willing to bet on it, but I would be willing to bet a fair amount there won't be a part 1 and 2. Just for the fact that, if that's the case, you might as well do episode 9 and 10, but they've said 9 will be it. So, my belief is they'll just call it a day at 9. Anyway, how do you actually pitch that on the crawl, saying episode 9.1 or episode 9.5 or... You know, it just doesn't sound right. For me, it's just one episode that wraps it all up. I understand the idea of bringing new characters in, but I think you've got to make sure there's a reason you're bringing them in. And I think overcomplicating things could be quite dangerous. It's like Matt Smith joining the cast, I think it's good bringing a big name actor in, but he's got to have a role that suits the story, you know, it can't just be to complicate things. I mean, if you want, you can do your own fan fiction on it. I'd wait until 9's done, because I'd just put it like this, if they go down that route, I will be amazed. You know, it's not sort of my cup of tea, I'll admit. You know, I mean, it would be fun just to, you know, like how in years ago, before the new stuff came in, they had the story that in between episodes 5 and 6, the Black Sun had a big story, didn't they? And was it Prince Zesor or something, someone like that, was a big threat to the Empire, or at least to the Rebellion, or one of them, because they had the old Shadows of the Empire game around it, I think. It'd be fun if they had some spin-off like that, what you're saying, but I just don't see it for 9.
Couldn't keep it in play, it's gone out for a throw.
I can't remember, is Asajj Ventress alive in the current canon? I mean, like, last I heard she ran off after Voss died, Quinlan Voss. Or at least I thought he died, maybe I'm wrong there.
They've lost the ball and the counter-attack could be there. There's still time for a late twist here.
Well, right, I never heard that one.
And the margin just one. Now they've got a chance in this part of the pitch. Blind. Depay. That's offside. Referee has stop the play as soon as the flag went up.
I liked how in the images went after the Clone Wars she got air. I thought that was just interesting. Right. I knew that they had a story together, I just hadn't read the details on it. I only wondered, just on the off chance there could be someone like her who could return, or maybe not return per se, but have an impact.
They've worked so hard, the team, to be in front here. Threads it through. Good power in that punch away by the goalkeeper from the cross. And the ball has gone up to indicate 3 added minutes.
There is a fee might return.
Well, there's still a chance. They've got to keep this attack sharp, and maybe they'll break back. Mkhitaryan.
Oh.
Oh, that's such a classy goal. Well, that's a setback.
Barris is an interesting one. I haven't heard a peep about what happened to her after she got caught, so it could be that she did her time. I don't know how you do your time and survive in an empire, but yeah, that'd be interesting.
To lose this game or to draw it today wouldn't be ideal.
Extraordinary game here. Well, that is the final whistle, and it's finished all square.
So I've got 10 minutes left of the stream now, and I can't do a game in 10 minutes, so I'm just going to have to find something else to do. What can be done in 10 minutes? So I wish I could change games, because I'd just have a quick blast of, well, blast on Battlefront or something. I'm looking at skill games, it's the only thing that's really there. Okay, go on, I'll try it this way. But yeah, besides Barris, I'm not really sure who else could return, because there aren't that many Darkside Disciples left in canon, at least to my knowledge.
I hope Luke is or will be alive on 9.
I'll be surprised if he is. I mean, just for the fact that everything sort of hinted that it was just him going with the Force. If, like what you said with the World Between Worlds, I could buy that. I think the non-TV fans would be annoyed at it, but I could buy it. The way I see it is, Rey had all those books with her, so maybe she spent a bit of time and researched it. Although I would then be asking the question why, if Luke had them books, he hadn't done anything. I'm not doing good here. Hey, come on.
Do you remember Jedi Master Eve-Cop?
Yeah, he was the one who had like the little horns on his head, wasn't he? I think he had a quick appearance in the Clone Wars.
Yes. Do you want to know what happened to him?
Oh yeah, go on. I mean, I'm having a wild stab in the dark. He turned to the dark side, but I didn't hear the story around it. Surprised me a bit if he did it, to be honest. Saying that, that was something I did like in the story, the idea that even the more noble ones did get tempted.
He survived Order 66 and was killed by Vader.
Oh, right. I mean, I like that one as much. It is where the new canon has made things a bit mucky. You know, they used to have an idea of what happened to them all because of, like, say, video games or books or whatever. But the new canon isn't as clear, or at least not to me.
He left the Jedi Order before Order 66.
Right. Again, that surprises me, but it'd be nice if we could see something like that on the Clone Wars. I mean, you'd like to think there were more out there like Kanan, who managed to survive and just went into complete hiding, or created new personas.
And Vader arrived when his child was born.
Ooh. It's got to be said, that is pretty bad from Vader in the sense that, you know, obviously a Jedi...
Vader took the baby.
Ooh. I mean, I know Vader's Vader, but that's pretty bad just in the sense that he did leave the Order. You know, it's not like he was actually a Jedi any longer. I suppose he was after all Force users, but... Still... I suppose that's bad guys have to be bad guys. I go back to that Clone Wars episode where Palpatine was kidnapping babies, and you think... You know, that is about as dark as you can get, really, as well.
So we might see Koth's son as a dark sider.
I remember there was a Tusken Raider who was a Jedi as well. It'd be good if he could get into canon somehow. I think he died as well, but I don't know what series it would be, but I would like to see it. I can't remember the guy's name. It was something like Ashkan Hut or something. No, well, it wouldn't be Hut, it was just... It was a cool name, whatever it was. I used to read the pages on it and it was like, oh yeah, he sounds fun. Can't remember who... I think I actually remember that, didn't... he turned to the dark side, didn't he? Gotta admit, the idea of a Tusken Raider becoming a Jedi amuses me, because it makes me wonder if a Jawa could. Let's quit that. Only got a couple of minutes. I might even wrap it up early. Just see how I do with this.
In the comic with Vader and Koth, we got to see a list of surviving Jedi.
Right. I'm wondering, is that on the Marvel app? I seem to remember... Well, I'm just thinking because Star Wars is under Marvel, isn't it? Well, I've got to admit, I've never heard of them two. I'll have to have a quick Google of them. Ooh, hit the post.
And Quinlan Voss's name was in a previous Vader comic.
I'm going to say, I'm not surprised Voss managed to survive because he's a bit of a fan favourite, isn't he? And how he ended up like that, I don't know, considering all he did was make a cameo in the Phantom Menace. But yeah, we'll have to have a nosy.
Rancis was the snake man with the beard.
With the snake beard. I'll have a quick nosy just before I finish here. Oh yeah.
Was the least known council member.
Oh right, now I thought that Coleman Carge had actually died in the Attack of the Clones. I've got to admit, Coleman Carge, I could have remember. I thought he was the one that jumped up, tried to take out Dooku and Django shot him. Maybe I got that one mixed up. As for the other guy, he's just someone who I didn't know the name of. I just had him in my head as real furry guy.
The one in Clones was Coleman Trevor.
All right. I always remember him because I used to, when I was a kid, I used to watch that bit and think, you idiot, did you think you were just going up there and take on an entire battalion of Dooku's allies? But yeah, I'm calling it a day. I've got to go get something to eat again. It's the trouble with doing the stream this late. I have to have my tea straight after. I think you might just be a tad behind, that's why I'm just saying it now. So I am going to go, but I'm back on tomorrow, like I say, and I'll be playing Battlefront, so should be some Star Wars stuff on there that might spring a conversation. Alright. But if you're online, I'll see you tomorrow, alright? Okay. Also, just as just one quick thing before I go as well. Thanks to Philo and to Lasai for popping by as well. Nice to see you. Okay. Bye for now, everyone.